What the fuck was that? That was fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking horseshit. 4 fucking 0 against a League One side. You have got to be bloody fucking joking. I mean, honestly. I just don't know where to start. The team selection was pretty bad. The play was just absolutely awful. We kept giving the ball away. We were terrible. I thought that some of them players shouldn't have been in the team. For a start, I don't know where Rafael is. He's not that great, but he's probably better than what we were playing out there today. I agreed with playing Reece James, but there was just no players on the bench that could come on and change this game. Kagawa played, Nick Powell played. Kagawa played in Mata's position and played Hernandez and Welbeck up front, but I just do not know how Hernandez is still getting in the fucking team. He is absolutely rubbish. Whenever he has played lately, he has been absolutely terrible. I was hoping that Robin Van Persie would actually play today, because I just don't see why he didn't play, considering he's only just coming back to fitness. I was hoping another game today would stand him in good stead for the weekend's game, but I thought that was a really bad decision not to play him today. And not to even have him on the bench. Maybe Van Gaal just didn't give a shit about this cup, but to be fair, it is the only chance we've really... the chance of us winning the FA Cup is pretty minimal as well, but it was a chance for us to get a bit of a cup run together. Now we've practically just got the league to worry about. I just cannot believe how fucking awful it was. There was just nothing. I feel bad that Kagawa had to go off. I don't know if it was concussion or what. I think he had a nosebleed. I'm not sure really why he had to actually go off. He looked a bit groggy, so better to take precaution. But still, the senior men out there were Adnan Januzaj and Danny Welbeck really, and Hernandez is just terrible. The first goal come from a terrible mistake. Johnny Evans just isn't Manchester United quality. It is just absolutely shocking. Phil Jones should have really been in there, like I wanted in my match preview. So I said about putting him in there. Probably going with the same defenders as we played the other day with Keane and Blackett, but it just wasn't to be. But playing Rafael and then Reece James, which Reece James did play. I don't know where Rafael is, but this was just absolutely fucking shocking. I just don't know where we go from here. I just hope things do improve. I do feel things will improve. The second half they got more goals, another 3 goals, and we were just all over the place. We were just terrible. I really was hoping that Anderson had fucked off out of the club. Just fuck off back to Portugal, where you come from. Because, mate, you are just absolutely fucking gash. You are just terrible. You wouldn't get in the local fucking pub team. If the local co-op had a bloody team of players, you wouldn't fucking get in there. You are just absolutely awful. How the fuck are you getting in that team is beyond me. It's just absolutely terrible. Oh God, I just hope things really do improve for that next game against Burnley, because the way this, at least some better players will play against them, because I just don't know why none of the top players know. Ashley Young and Antonio Valencia aren't great, but they're better than what we played today. We were bringing on players that have not even played in the first team today. It was really, in my eyes, a mistake, because when we went 1-0 down, the only player that we could really bring on, I know Adnan Januzaj coming in the first half, but the only other real player we could bring on was Wilson. And to be fair, I feel Wilson probably was the best player out of the Manchester United team. Welbeck, yeah, he tried hard. Welbeck, I know he tried really hard, but I'm afraid Welbeck will never score us many goals. He's just not a good enough goal scorer. But James Wilson come on and look quality. He really did give us some good moments in the game, our best moments in the game. He had their goalkeeper really did make a couple of good saves from him. I feel that if he can get a few games under his belt, it's a real shame that we're out of this cup, because he could have actually had a good a run in this League Cup team, but it's not to be now. I mean, possibly if he's not going to get a game, it would be great if he goes out on loan, because I feel that he could actually be a quality player for us. That is my only positives from the game. Welbeck and Wilson, but I feel that the Welbeck will probably be on his way anyway. I would probably keep Welbeck though for this season. I mean, Hernandez has to go. I would get rid of Johnny Evans. I would get rid of Anderson. I'm still not sure on Nick Powell. He didn't do he had one chance, I think, that was blazed over, maybe another chance. Adnan Januzaj is still up and coming. He's just not up to the standard of first team football, I feel, just yet, unless you've got sort of 6 or 7 quality players in the team around him. I mean, a lot of clubs he would be sitting on the bench at Real Madrid and teams like that. He would still only be on the bench, but we're having to play him in our first team because we just do not have the quality. I'm really hoping that we get some more signings in the next few days, because if these players have got to come in when we've got injuries and that, it is just atrocious. I know it's not all Van Gaal's fault. Today he did have a lot of injuries, but still he could have put out a better team than this. He could have had a much stronger bench than this. That was a real mistake. Even David Moyes put out a stronger team in the cup than this. It was a real shame, because there's nothing else really to play for apart from the league, and we're probably not going to get anywhere in the fucking league this year. The best we'll probably get is 4th, and if some of these players have got to step into the Premier League, we are going to be atrocious. Anyway, it was a terrible game. I'm still hopeful that things will get better. I'm looking for the fucking positives in that, which are Wilson and maybe Danny Welbeck, but apart from that, there was no positives. They could have won about 5 or 6-0. I mean, it was that bad. They had pretty much all the attempts on target. We had like a couple which come from Wilson, and I mean, them fans at the end were absolutely fucking brilliant. I saw we were 4-0 down and they were all cheering us on. Still cheering us on. That is fantastic from our fans. I was still watching the game till the bitter end, just to see if we could score. I mean, even if we don't sign any players, I will still continue to support the team and hope that we do better. But I really do hope that we get a few more signings in before this transfer window ends, because we really do need them. I mean, I'm supporting this team to the bitter end, and the signings just... I mean, we've got so much money in this club. We could go out there and sign Vidal and Mats Hummels and Juan Cuadrado, and there'd still be bucket loads of money in that club. I mean, a £750 million Adidas deal coming up, a £200 million shirt sponsor deal, and we've spent some money, but we still need some more players. Come on, Ed Woodward, get your finger out, get some more deals done before this transfer window, and we can get back to winning ways, the Manchester United way, because this is just not Manchester United. This is absolutely fucking cod shit, this performance. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the game. Anyway, have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon.